Listen, you and I were going over the roster beforehand, and we didn't know a whole lot about who was going to be fighting tonight. Well, I certainly won't be forgetting our 3 winners of the night. That's for sure.
No, all these athletes are just really exciting to watch, and I look forward to having each and every one of them back on the card and calling their fights in the future.
All right, we're getting set for our next one.
We're going to the big boys.
We got the super heavies making their way to the cage now.
And now again, super heavyweight, 265 pounds plus. Mark Moses coming in here. He's fighting Elshaddai Vanhoesen. Vanhoesen had a few different opponents leading up to this card, and they dropped for a variety of reasons. So give Mark Moses a lot of credit for stepping up and taking this fight last minute notice. That being said, he already did have another fight scheduled with another organization a few weeks out, so he's been in camp. So this is not one of those things where somebody has really no time to train. So I'm expecting some fireworks with these guys, but I will say Elshaddai is coming in very highly touted from his coaches, his training partners, his fans. They're already calling for him and Corey Quintana, the super heavyweight champion, to have a fight. So, there's got to be something behind this young man.
Well, that's exciting to hear because we know that, as you mentioned before, Mark Moses does come in with some Cage Wars experience. He has yet to get his first win here, but...
But again, his last loss was against Josh DePace, who was here competing against Al Morrow, another tough guy.
Well, here comes Elshaddai Vanhoesen.
And I looked a little bit online, and he's an artist. He takes pictures, so he's an expressive guy from what I can gather, into music, into art, and violence. So I'm really excited to see how he mixes them well in the cage.
Well, listen, nobody combines art and violence better than Cage Wars.
Coach Tom Svengala from the Lions Den bringing him down to the cage. And again, a lot of confidence in this young man. You're confident when you're wearing the shades down to the cage.
Well, and talk about just being relaxed. It's all smiles and comfort, and this is his first time entering the cage. I am really interested to see how this one shapes up.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence, and again, highly, highly touted from anybody that's had interactions with him is on his potential.
You think that this the next fight we see the 3rd round?
This fight, 3rd round?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Moses has, in his losses, it's been before the 3rd round. Super heavyweights tend not to go the distance anyway in one way or another.
Right, unless fatigue sets in so early that neither guy is ever to really do much. But I feel like this could be a one-and-done night for one of these big boys.
Getting ready for Mark Moses to come down in the cage.
Now, are those the shorts that that Shahadi or that Vanhoesen's wearing? Is that the style that you liked?
Yeah, it's because it allows more freedom for kicks. So
Okay.
you see that slid up the side, more of a Muay Thai style short, a lot of movement. You can still grapple in them, of course, but somebody who's comfortable kicking loves to be able to have that mobility and ability to move in those shorts.
And I also meant just the flash because I know that there's a lot of sizzle, a lot of flash with Will Berry. Would you go with that?
I'm an archaic dinosaur at this point. These folks have surpassed me way beyond now.
Red shorts, white stripes. That's it.
Yeah, I'm the old guy at this point. Wearing the tall white socks.
Our fighter in the cage right now, I'm oddly compelled. I have no idea what to expect. But I'm glad that you've heard great things about it. I'm excited to watch him fight.
Yeah, I really try to follow on social media, what's going on, what people have to say about these athletes.
He's doing
He's
doing crowd work in there.
Well, the Lions Den has a following, whether it's grappling competitions, mixed martial arts competitions, they always bring fans to the seats. And they came out tonight to support their guy. Here we go, Mark Moses making his way to the cage. Again, coming down with Josh DePace. He last fought Josh DePace. Now he wants to learn with him, work with him a little bit. Got to respect it. I look forward to see what improvements he's made in his conditioning and his technique from his last performance, and look for some fireworks out of both these guys.
Now, I don't know if he had to employ it, but in his last fight, Mark Moses was able to punch to the head with ground and pound because he would have had more than 2 fights experience. But now he kind of goes backwards because Elshaddai Vanhoesen, this is his first one. This is Mark Moses' 4th in theory, but there will be no ground and pound to the face. So that's something that will be a little bit different perhaps for Mark Moses.
Yes,
in
and
this fight.
again, he stepped up to take this fight on last notice. This wasn't maybe necessarily, his number one, thought or priority was to go to the novice rule set. But again, he's a game guy who's always willing to step in and bang.
And it seems like a great first go-around for Elshaddai Vanhoesen to go up against somebody with a little bit of experience, especially considering there's some hype here.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
And now the following contest on the card for Cage Wars 53, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our super heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday at 311 pounds. Representing Lion's Den Mixed Martial Arts out of Albany, New York. The Big Pisser, Elshaddai Vanhoesen. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in yesterday 315 pounds. Out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Steel City Madman, Mark Moses. And the man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Laszlo Huve.
Laszlo Huve, a very well-respected referee. Again, in great hands these athletes are.
I also, too, for the record, Elshaddai Vanhoesen came in at 315. Mark Moses, or 311, I should say. Mark Moses came in at 315.
These are some big boys.
He's got 630 pounds in the cage right now.
Elshaddai definitely has a reach advantage. Looks like he's going to try to load up that right hand. Moses looked for the takedown, grabs that leg, looked for the single.
I think that's wise if you're Mark Moses.
Again, Elshaddai coming from Lions Den. You got the Svingala boys over there.
Well, he just got Mark Moses' attention.
Oh, got heavy hands.
Sure
wow, Mark Moses better make an adjustment.
This
might be an early night. That's it.
That's it. And Shaddai does his job.
Wow, excellent job by this young man.
Wow.
Playing to the camera, introducing himself. This is not the last we've seen of him.
And Mark Moses is on the ground, and he's obviously disappointed, but he was shaking his head like he got hit with a cinder block.
I got gray matter just by watching.
Wow. That is some serious power. I love the future for Elshaddai Vanhoesen.
Here we come with the replay, Brian. They tap in the center. Again, Elshaddai really establishing center of the octagon control, using his distance, looking to set up that right hand. Moses goes in for the takedown.
Shaddai never panics there.
Does a good job fighting the head and the arms. Punches out.
And he wobbled him there, and that was the one that set Moses backwards.
Nice uppercut again. Oh, man, keeping him on the end of that right hand. He has a heavy right hand, Elshaddai Vanhoesen does.
Well, that is a thorough and complete victory. First time in the cage. Congratulations. Elshaddai Vanhoesen. We'll get the official word now.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for these two great fighters?
Got to put on the coat.
Got to respect the game. That drip.
Got to respect the drip.
Referee Laszlo Huve called a stop to the fight 29 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by way of knockout, Elshaddai Vanhoesen.
Well, he made that look easy, didn't he?
He did. He did. We're going to hear what Jay Engelson has to say here with Elshaddai. It's going to be exciting to hear what's next.
I think we're here with your winner by knockout, somebody who you went through a couple opponents and finally found one, right, bud?
Hey, you supposed to be fighters. Why y'all scared? I think we found out why they scared tonight. Hey, listen, all these gents talking about they training fighters, you're training cows. Tell them to come meet me in the ring. The champ, Corey, you know we got unfinished business. We're one-on-one in wrestling. It's time to even it out. Rubber match in this ring. I got one more fight. Tell them to stop ducking, and I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for that belt.
Wow, calling out Corey Quintana, our super heavyweight champion.
I love this guy. I love him.
A lot of charisma with a lot of these young athletes. I love it.
I love him. I love the fur.
How about one more round of applause for your winner?
I love the fur. I love the style.
The confidence, the swagger.
Confidence, the swag.
Gotta love the drip.
He's working the crowd.
Gotta love the drip.
It's a Cage Wars. We're making stars here tonight, Will.
Man.
This is exciting.
You know, and being 311 pounds, he doesn't look it. I mean,
No.
he looks like he could cut down to heavyweight, but, you know, I don't think he realistically can at that weight. But he's a very, very stocky guy and well-built guy, knows how to use that. Here we go with the replay one more time.
And this was just 20 seconds into the fight.
You know, again, Mark Moses knowing he's got to get close. Elshaddai using the distance, fighting the head and the hands.
And that was the right strategy early on by Moses, just to try to thwart the attack if you could.
Nice job punching out. That right hand is definitely a weapon for Elshaddai. Nice uppercut. Closing distance, 1-2, 1-2. Nice punches. Oh,
Boom.
man. My frontal lobe hurts just watching.
It was, you know, and he looks green, which he obviously is. You take a look at the total package there, and there seems to be a lot to work with for a guy like Elshaddai.
There is, and he just said something very interesting. He called out Corey Quintana, our super heavyweight champion, who has an excellent wrestling pedigree. And he just said, we're 1-1 in wrestling matches. So beyond that striking that we just saw, we know that he's got grappling to back that up. So the future fight there, you know, Tim, everybody, Julie, let's get this guy another fight. Get him out of these shin guards and give the fans the match.
We've had all 4 of our winners tonight came in 0-0, and all 4 of them have been just spectacular. I mean, big shout out to anybody that's got the guts, the balls to get in the cage.